Hello, I'm Denise.
And I'm Ali.
And together we are DNA.
We are.
Today we are here to talk about Home, the album.
Yay!
Exciting stuff. I'm really excited to talk about it and to share a bit of the process about it all. And
I'm excited too.
I'm glad you're excited too. I didn't want to say we on your behalf. We are excited to share what we've been up to and this particular project, which has been
Lengthy.
epic.
Epic. Sounds.
Epic and lengthy. And yeah, as all our projects are, they're all a bit of an endurance test, and many a portal have we swirled through.
Yes.
With this particular one, for sure. And what we did with this one whilst we were swirling through was write and sing and be with it. I think the first thing I would say is it's an album of music. It's coming out in 3 parts. Each individual EP 1, 2 and 3. Together they make up the album that is Home, looking at our homes on the inside, our homes on the outside, our home as Scotland, our home as the planet Earth, our home in the universe, and yeah, the whole shebang. And actually one of the things that happened whilst we were doing the album Home is we moved home. We did.
Inside and out.
And outside, and literally we moved home. Yes, we did. So yeah, it's been such an aligned project, I think, is the thing I would say, that sometimes, most times when we talk in slight retrospect, so we're a few pages ahead of where we're actually at in the world. Then we can talk about it with what we call our Sue Houston feet out. We can come back and talk about it without being in it. The being in it is the music, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't think, I'm pretty convinced, I know. And even when we were mixing it, it was again aligning with new parts of very much a transformational process, this whole album, I think. Mm-hmm. No, I know, I wrote it. It's very much the process of transition and transformation, going through to a different stage in life as individuals, both together, and logging that. And as we were doing that, more changes and shifts were happening, and we were, we're back at that bit again. We're back at that bit again. And as we were doing that, we were mixing that bit again. So it just all kept lining up time after time after time. It was a very magical and a heartfelt experience that we're putting out here. It's very much a direct communication. What do you have that you would like to add into that?
It's almost so long since we started the very first ruminations of this music, that because we've been talking about it quite a lot the last few days, trying to work out what was that, when did that happen, what was so it's a real example of how we choose and advocate for a living life of not pushing through, not getting all performery about it. Don't get me wrong, these are both useful things sometimes, but in this process we a lot of life happened. There's never a perfect time to do anything, is what it feels like. So actually, if you just wait for the perfect time, when is that going to happen? So it was the music was written from your place of inspiration, which it happened when it happened. It wasn't, I don't remember there being a moment where you said, I'm going to actively write a new album. It just started to bubble out.
Yep.
And that started, and then so did a lot of other things, or some other things were started, and we just kept going. And and then big life events happened. So it's been a full packed process. It's quite it's a relief to be at this end of it, and also there's a lot of process in this part of just like pushing it out out the door to everybody else. So rich and joyful and really hard in places, working in stretch zone a lot for me. I don't often feel like in stretch zone with the singing aspect. I love to do that. It's fun, challenging in certain ways, but like that's the day job.
Exactly, it's your profession.
But recording some aspects, learning how to use different software, and actually being much more active in the arrangements and bringing things from a voice note to another shape and form.
I think the difference with Becoming Mrs. Bell, another album in 3 parts. One part has been released and is already on Spotify or wherever you get your music, and the other 2 parts, we were about to go there and the pandemic hit, so we went back into development with a whole bunch of other stuff, got ourselves online, got working again, and then this album started to brew. And it's like, again, timing wise, like, well, the other album hasn't been released yet. Well, I'm making this one now. It's coming. It's coming. It's like the birth is coming. The inception had already, the little nuggets were already lined up to drive another album forward. And I think the thing that's different from that is we'd already found our sounds. We already knew our main influences. We'd already worked together on an album of material, and with our producer Dom, we knew where we were starting from. So it was very much the next evolution of that. And the stretch zones were real and different in that we'd lived in the same house for the whole of the other album. This time it was written in one house, it was recorded in a different place, when we were on the move towards here, but we hadn't bought here yet. So a lot of that, the vocal recordings were done in our flat in Edinburgh, and then moved to here, but not into this room. This room was not this room, so it was a different room. So we started in a different room, and then so 4 different studio setups had to be put together to make this happen.
Yeah.
And in order, because it was pandemic and all of that kind of times, and just beyond that kind of times, and we were shielding still quite hard for various personal reasons, then the recording of setting up to be able to speak to Dom and the producer, and doing that, and you recording at our end and him recording at his end, and us talking it all through, everything was done. It's the first time we've ever created an album in that way, without going into studio, recording it and coming home again. And there was real pros for that. It was very much on our brand and on what we built, what we've created here, is to be able to go into our space and do this. As a singer, it was a dream. As a vocal artist, it was a dream. As a songwriter, it was great because we could do it in real time. But there was huge challenges in that we didn't know the tech for that. And when I say we, it fell to Ali to help with that. You have lots of skills around these areas of learning and making it happen, and it was a dance around not abusing ourselves and each other, managing the self-care, managing to keep things moving forward through lots of pretty impossible situations, to be honest, and we kept, we kept doing it anyway. And I think for me, the writing of the music and the words were nourishing and supportive for the things that were happening on an emotional level within my life and within our lives. Me singing and creating is part of my healing on the go, which is what we were doing, was being on the go. So the challenges were real. I'm immensely proud of it, and I knew at the time, I'm not sure if you will agree or not, but I knew at the time it was something magical and beautiful that was happening and really important, and that the stretch zones were real, and so was the magical, beautiful moments of connection and connection with what home is. You know, as researchers, we were also looking at it as vocal teachers and psychotherapists, and our joint psych approach to holistic approach to voice use as to where the pinch points were. You know, we knew, that's Abe just having a wee scratch about the floor, that we knew, we're in a pinch point. We would say, okay, we're in a pinch point. And sometimes it was a physical one, like, how are we going to make this bit happen? We don't have, there's a gap in our system as to how to make this bit happen. And sometimes it was, actually the pinch point is real in the inner home, things are shifting. How are we going to process that on the go? And there's unexpected bits within the process of writing, creating, recording, producing, right to the stage that we're at now, which is about to release, which is why we're talking about this the whole way through the process. That is actually, there's a pinch point here that I hadn't imagined. I didn't know this was a pinch point for some artists, certainly pinch point for me or for us, that we were also going through on as researchers. And I know that at one point Dom said, the producer said, I have never worked on an album with as much drama backstage as this album. Ever. Full stop.
Which feels so unfair because we're not very dramatic people.
And it's not the dramatic people, it's the circumstances around it that were really dramatic, and how as holistic voice practitioners and teachers and coaches, whatever my word is, practitioners, I like that. What medicine did we need on the go, how to be resilient around what was happening, and what were the missing bits that maybe people hadn't thought of before that we were in. So we were psyching it very much on the go. And yeah, we're not dramatic people at all. We're quite opposite from that, I think, in our personal lives. But life was
control everything that goes
big lifing around us on loads of aspects. And we had a lot of tools and a lot of skills, and there was lots of areas that we hadn't been in before, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. There were funerals. I was in hospital twice. There was other hospital visits. It was a dramatic and life-changing time. And we're all still here. And part of this joy of being able to share this bit now is that I'm back and singing again and able to do that again. Physically losing my gallbladder, I can still sing, I can still create the sounds, and what it was like coming back from, actually, you know, I need, if you're a singer and you're listening to this, you know damn well that you need lots of muscularity in lots of different places in your body, and it took quite a while to get to the stage that we're at now, that I could sing the 15-minute set, which was really new for me. You know, I've not had that kind of disturbance in my system that I literally can't sing the notes. That, and of course, me being me when I recorded them and when I wrote them, I was doing all my showy offy bits as much as possible. I was like, damn, who wrote this stuff? I can't fucking sing it.
I still can't sing some of the bits. But that's another story.
So, and yeah, just bits that actually, you know, there's a little hummy bit that some of the pandemic was really scary, especially at the very beginning. Nobody ever knew what the heck was going on. And bless you. Yes, nobody knew what was going on, and it was all wah. And I would walk the dog round the field in my 1 hour regulation time a day and hum this wee tune. And this wee tune has made it into one of the songs, you know, and it's just like, it kept me going. It was a very, very long phrase on purpose, because I knew that if I extended my exhale, then I would find myself back to a state of calm. So yeah, it made it in, and then I was like, that's great. Who's going to sing that with this?
You can sing it perfectly well. I still need to sneak a breath when I'm singing it.
It's made mine a little too. And yes, I mentioned that bit because I knew that bit was probably one of the bits you were talking about. So yeah, it's been an adventure. It's very Scottish. It's the first time I've used my Scottish accent, words that I used in the comfort of my own home, and that felt like a coming home in itself, actually.
Because we are Scottish.
Because we are Scottish, and I do use lots of Scottish words.
There's
like my granny, my granddad.
There's nothing like wrong either way.
No.
It's just about a form of expression.
Yeah. And that maybe is the time to bring in that actually I got a lot of reel-to-reels from Family Attic, and we digitalised them, and I went through in the very early days, I went through every single one of them to capture the wee bits that were going to have. I wanted the vibration. It didn't matter exactly if you were hearing exactly every word. It was more about having the vibration of the ancestors of my home history coming through in some shape or form, and the history of voice came out within the family. Things I didn't expect particularly to arrive, you know. My granddad saying sing. I was like, when he said that, I was like, you never said that. And he did. And if you listen very carefully, but not in this part. Part 2, you will hear Granddad say sing. And I was like, okay, I take it. I'll listen. I will, yes. Granddad said sing. I only met him for 6 months before, when I was a baby.
Something really beautiful about having those moments captured. It's normal moments captured,
yes,
recorded.
Yes, it's just
it's not plays or musicals, or it's people being together and being themselves. Maybe a tiny bit heightened because they know they're being recorded, but there's something really nice about having that energetically in the music. We've
even got Great Granny singing a note, and then we distorted it, and this is Scottish electronic cinematic folk music, do you think?
You've added a couple of words since the last time, but yes, it is.
It's some of that. It's all of that. It's where we're at now, and to have these vibrations to add in was really precious and really pushed. You know, who am I? You know, it's like, where am I from? And to hear them laughing, and I remember them laughing, and I was there when some of that bit, which is in second song, I remember being there at that time. Very small, but I remember it, and so precious to have these, and a huge epic job to go through the whole lot of them. And I was quite frustrated at times when it would just then, and it cuts off. Oh no, I want more.
Who recorded over that?
Yes, who recorded over exactly that?
And the joyful times where you did that. You had, if you were of my time, it was tapes. You would just record over until the
Unless
tape
you
was
put
worn.
sellotape over it, so you couldn't do that.
Oh, see, we never did that. It was just like, how much can you get out of this one tape before it breaks? And like, it's the same now. You don't realise how precious things are at the time. We don't always have that foresight to go, I better not record over this silly wee story or song
or the luxury
yeah.
of of having a billion more endless. Amounts. So pinch points or moments particularly you want to bring in?
I mean, I don't want to bring too many in because I'm feeling quite pleased with myself about it all just now. But there's pinch points at every point, like growing edges, things that we've done before, but it was years ago. And how do you do that again? How do you get the music onto there? What needs to be uploaded? What's the password for that thing that we set up 7 years ago? So there's a lot of breaks enforced where it's just like, I'm going to do this, and then I go to do it and I'm like, no, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something else. Luckily there's a list as long as my whole body to be done before we get to the actual singing gig part, which will be joyful.
You mean between now and the next
yes.
week? Yes. I mean, it's still going on as we speak, yep. So the launch is next Saturday, the 25th of January. And yes, we have an epic list to do before then. However, the music will be up to listen to, stream, like, buy, whatever it is you're going to do with it on Saturday.
I very much hope so. Another pinch point.
And a hard copy as well is coming, hopefully on Saturday. So there's plenty for us to do to make all of that happen. But the themes are so relevant, I think, for where we've been and where we're at and where the world is at just now. And any transformational process, you could play it and it would help through a transformational process, but also you can listen to it and go, yeah, I've been there. Somebody said it's a rallying cry and a sound bath at the same time. And I think that is what I was looking for. It's like it's a time to speak up, it's a time to sing up, it's a time to be active, and it's a time to take time to chill out and relax and be yourself.
All of the...
And self-care like hell, really. Yeah. All of that. And to comfort. It's a lot of what's going on is really difficult for people. And so it's there to cheer you on. We actually sing that back again in the next chapter of the
No.
Oh no.
No.
I stand corrected. Thank you. The last song of
this part.
Cheering you on.
I think I'd say that there's something really therapeutically nourishing in getting to this point where we're singing the songs in rehearsal towards sharing it with other people, that there's nourishing parts and also the chance to process through what the problems, pinch points, hard stuff was at the time of recording those songs. In us being so aligned and embodied in how we recorded this, there's a lot of residual felt sense of the times when we actually recorded the songs.
Yeah, agreed.
So there's loads of memories and physical like body memories, but also actual like memories of, oh, we recorded that one on your birthday and it was so hot, and we I came up with a dance to one of the songs which will not be shared, it's forever a private dance. And like just moments like that it would again be easy to have lost touch with if we had powered through. We maybe could have finished everything a bit faster than we did, but it's really hard to well, it's hard to finish singing the line that you want to sing when your voice won't do it because your body's healing, and it's hard to sing a happy clappy song when
Your
you're
heart is
grieving.
feeling, yeah.
So I think I'm really proud of how we did it, and I feel the gain for
Yes.
having done it like that.
I agree. And again, it's that, are you in it in the moment? And we can being able to look at it from the outside and to have these resonances without collapsing into where we actually were at these particular points. And such a nice diary of, some people journal, so lots of the people journal. I write songs.
Poems.
And poems.
Limericks.
Wee stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think now that we're singing it in retrospect, there's still enough vibrancy and the emotions of it. It's not that we're miles away from that now. However, it's doable now, and that feels kind to us.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure all artists get that privilege to spend time and then, and there's a layer of integration and processing, standing up and singing it now, away from the writing and the creating it, and then the mastering it, and then all the rest of it. Yeah.
I think with just over a week to go before we open the doors to our first footers of the music is kind of what it feels like. It's a gamut of emotions, and I know we've done it before so many times, so I'm holding on to that as being something that's a truth. It's like in the times of the days that have come before and the days that are still to go, where I'm going to feel like there is no way I can get this to happen, because that's part of the process for me anyway, is even though every day the momentum is growing, I still have moments where I'm like, oh, this is really hard and really scary. So I'm holding on to the beauty of the music that you wrote and we created, that it deserves to be heard by other ears, and that every scary thing that we've ever done before, we did it. Phew!
We have a big history.
So there's enough in the memory bank to not fall down a hole.
Yeah.
So wish us luck, and we'll probably do another podcast before it even happens. But if we don't, well, the next time you see us, if we look pale, we've probably still got to do it. If we look just all shiny and pleased with ourselves, it's happened. And we hope that you will join us again. Maybe you would subscribe, like and share on YouTube, Noble House Scott.
If you're on YouTube, there's a wee bell in the corner for the bells. If that's what you need to do to click on in order to follow us, that makes a big difference for us. Thank you.
Check us out on our website, noblehouse.scot. Check us out on Facebook, Noble House Scot. And just generally connect with us however you feel like. And we will be here again another time soon.
Yes.
Until then.
Yes. We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Till next time.
Bye for now.